am your girl, Ivory Star, aka Black Madonna, your New Earth ambassador. You guys didn't know I was a Martian? You didn't know I was an alien, an extraterrestrial? Yeah. And I'm just here popping my to the mothership come, okay? So I know y'all like, where's the Ratchet Astrology video? Baby, Ratchet Astrology turned 1, so I hope you don't think that I killed it. Of course not. We are just getting started, but Ratchet Astrology is now going to be a segment, a part of the Black UFO show, okay? So this is the spaceship that we are popping our until the mothership come. And y'all got to pull up on me and see this spaceship in person because I want you to. I'm looking for co-hosts. I'm looking for people who want to talk about their spiritual gifts. I'm looking for comedians to come do skits, make us laugh. I'm looking for audience who want to come and sit with me while I record, give their input while I talk about what's going on in the world. I'm looking for all of that, okay? This is my dream, and you guys are helping me live my dream out. It started with Ratchet Astrology. Ratchet Astrology started in my bathroom, next to my washer and dryer, with me sitting on the floor with my camera propped up on a little wooden chair, okay? When I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this. I want to talk about astrology. I love astrology, and I love helping people discover parts of themselves that they did not know was there. You know, when you look into your birth chart, you might not know that you have a full moon in your chart. You might not know where your planets are and what the universe was doing when you were born. And I feel like that's very important to know what's going on in the universe, because we are so dependent on nature, okay? If there was no air, if there was no water, if there was no dirt, if there was no earth, we would die, okay? We would die. I know I said I'm a Martian, but I got a human body, okay? I got a Martian spirit and a human body. And if I didn't have all the natural resources that we have today, then I would be dead. You would be dead. So with us being so dependent on nature, why would we not look to nature for spiritual help as well, okay? Where we meditate, ground, go out in nature. Ain't it just something different about going outside after being up in the house? You ever had cabin fever and you finally go outside and it's just like you just became a new person? Okay, that's what nature does for us. So when I look to the stars, I look to astrology as, over the years, religion, man-made things, they all change, they switch up. But one thing always remains the same: the universe. You can always count on the moon to be in the sky. You can always count on the sun to shine. And you can always count on the stars to move, okay? So we are now tuned into the Black UFO show. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. So I have broken this show down into segments. So we are still going to be doing Ratchet Astrology because I still have to talk to y'all about my astrology, okay? But we're also going to be talking about other things and how we all can bring it all together. So before we do anything, let's get into our astrology forecast, okay? Y'all see my little note cards with my little alien on them? Listen, so we're going back to the basics. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus going on right now, okay? And we are going back to the basics. Taurus are all about the groundwork, the foundation, the basics of building, okay? So when you have a full moon, which exposes us so we can release what's not serving us, and we have an eclipse, the eclipse is all about transformation and change. Then there's going to be some changes to the way that you do things, and maybe you just need to go back to the basics, right? You know what I'm saying? So there's this a strong purge energy, okay? There is a strong desire to get whatever is bothering you, get whatever is holding you back, get whatever is not helping you. There's a strong desire to get that shit out of your way, okay? You think about groundwork, you think about foundation, you think about the start of something, the roots, okay? When you think about a Taurus energy, full moon, you think about release, okay? Releasing, letting go of things that are not serving you, maybe intentions that you might have set around the new moon that you decide, maybe I don't want to pursue that. This full moon is where you let it go at. And also this eclipse energy is all about transformation. So this is the energy that we're doing. We got a lot going on right now, and it can be very draining. It can be very, very draining. So make sure that you are meditating. Make sure you are taking your time to rest, because we are going back to the basics. So guess what happens when you have to go back to the basics? All that extra stuff that you picked up along the way, you got to get rid of it. So there's a very strong purge energy, because when you think about earth signs, always think about your natural and physical body. There are spiritual things that go on too, but when you think about earth signs, you want to think about what your body is telling you, okay? So there's a strong purge energy. As you are purging up and getting rid of everything that is not serving you, getting rid of habits that might be holding you back, getting rid of people who might be holding you back, It's a purge. You have a very strong urge to do that. Where it might have just been a thought then, a small tiny thought like, you know what, I need to just go ahead and stop doing this. Or I just need to go ahead and stop dealing with this person. Right now, it feels like it's knocking you in the back of your head, punching you in your stomach, like, time to let it go. And this is the perfect time to let it go because, baby, if you let it go up under a full moon eclipse, it's gone, okay? It's gone. So, a strong purge of energy release, especially things that are not serving purpose. And I'm going to say it probably every video. If it is not serving you, if it is not serving your purpose, then you need to let it go. Like, what are you holding on to it for? Sometimes I just feel like we just hold on to things because of how it's going to make someone else feel. This is not the time to worry about that. We are trying to get back to the basic groundwork of what it is that we are supposed to be doing so we can move forward. Have you not seen the world? They're trying to cover it up and cuting it up with all this different Second Life stuff like metaverse and all type of, they just trying to shove all type of technology and stuff into our brains so we don't pay attention to the fact that the world is falling apart. And we're going to get to that in the next segment of the show. But we're in a new cycle of mutual growth. Sometimes when you see, more esteemed astrologers, because this is ratchet astrology, okay? I'm just telling it how it is and telling it how I can tell it. But more esteemed astrologers call it a collective development. And all it means is a mutual growth. We're evolving together. We are evolving as a whole. So when it seems like now all of a sudden you have all these people who, are leaning towards spirituality. You have all these people ascending and going towards spirituality and coming more in tune. You have more people getting in touch with their melanated roots, okay? Because I'm a melanated woman, so I cannot speak for people of other colored races, but as a black woman, I really have been encouraging not only my peers, but other people. Get in touch with your roots so you can really get grounded in this thing so you can have something to focus on. When I don't want to go to work, I think about all them times that my grandmama, with all the kids that she had, I be complaining about the kids that I have. I ain't got nothing on them. I ain't even met their quota, and I don't plan on having no more kids. It's 2021. I can't do it. I can't do it. They raise their kids, and then their kids live to be 80, 90, 100 years old. I want that for the ones I got now, but I really ain't trying to have no more. But I think about how many times that they had to work Monday through Saturday, only with a Sunday off, and even their Sunday off wasn't a Sunday off because they still had to cook and take care of their own families, and that they had to go to work for pennies. For pennies. And here I am talking about, shit, I got to make at least $20 an hour. And got to work from home. I wouldn't have those privileges, though, if they wouldn't have lived through what they lived through with the work that they had to do, okay? So I've been encouraging people, get in touch with your roots so you can get in touch with that spirit of hard work so you can keep pressing through anything that you could think of. I could think of 100 times where I wanted to give up, and I thought of 100 different scenarios of what my ancestors went through and why they could not give up. Because giving up for them meant death, okay? Giving up for me just means I get to go to the next phase in life. I could get to go do something else. Giving up for them meant death. So those are the things I've been keeping in mind, okay? But we are starting a new cycle of mutual growth. We are evolving together at welcome to the edge of Aquarius, baby. I told you I was an alien. I'm an Aquarius by sun. You know that. If you don't know that, you know that now. And I am also a Leo rising, probably why I chose this lovely background inside of one of my favorite spaceships on Earth, the Soul Shop 419. You got to pull up on me and see the spaceship in person, though. Okay, I'm not letting that go. Y'all got to pull up on me, come talk to me, come talk to the people, and let's do our thing because we are what? We are on a path of mutual growth. We're supposed to be growing together. Welcome to the age of Aquarius. So we are changing our relationships with money, resources, agriculture, food, intimacy, sexuality, pleasure, comfort, and stability. All those things I named are all things that have to do with Taurus. Okay? All things Taurus, okay? So when I say that we're changing our relationship with money, so the age of Aquarius is all about enlightenment. You know, we are waking up like, hey, the government has been screwing us this whole time. That's Aquarius energy, okay? Hey, look what technology can do. That's Aquarius energy. All of this we have going on right now is not comfortable, okay? Because we're changing, because we're going to a more unified, a more unified world, okay? We're trying to get to a place where you know, their little people are just as big as the big people. That's Aquarius. They love fighting for the underdog. They always fighting for equality. I'm human too, so I deserve this too. You know what I'm saying? That's all Aquarius energy, and we are in the age of Aquarius, so there's going to be leaps and bounds of innovation and technology. There are going to be people coming together like they never came together before, okay? But with this full moon and this eclipse, things are changing around us, okay? Things are changing around us. You need to be looking at things a little bit different. So when it says our relationship with money, are you saving? It doesn't mean that you're just going to get more money, but you should be in a relationship with money, a healthy one. Some of us are in a toxic relationship with money, okay? Toxic relationship with money. If you are, get with one of your Taurus friends so they can show you how to hold on to something. They can be tight. Taurus be tight with their money, okay? Resources, agriculture. Do you know how to grow anything? We're going to get to that in a minute, but we need to start thinking about some things, and I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. Food, our relationship with food, how we look at our eating habits. Are we overdoing it? Are we wasting a lot of food? Are we consuming a lot of things that are not healthy for us? All these things are changing with the age of Aquarius, where we are becoming high. Like, hey, McDonald's is bush. You know what I'm saying? We already had people in the world who felt like that, but everybody's jumping on the bandwagon now, and there's nothing wrong with it. And this is a message to you overly spiritual people who always got something to say about newly enlightened people. Let them be new and let them be enlightened. Help lead them through the lights. Don't try to be like, hey, I've been doing this for years, and now all of a sudden all these people want to come and act like they so spiritual and act like they woke. So what? What are you doing it for? If you didn't get into this to help other people become enlightened, then it's not really your purpose, because now you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it because you want to be exalted. You want to be seen as the super spiritual one that everybody should come to. You want to be worshipped. No, honey, it does not work like that. We are not in this to worship one another. We are in this to exalt and help one another, okay? So when people come across new information and you be like, oh, I been knew that, that is disrespectful, okay? Add to what they know. If somebody comes to you with some information, oh, look, I've been knowing that for years. Instead of saying that, add to it. Oh, but did you also know? Oh, let me tell you about this, though. Okay, this is what we're supposed to be doing. We are on a mutual path of growth, evolution, together, as a people, as a collective, as a whole. Okay? Harmony between Taurus and Scorpio brings renewal, but only after you purge. You can't renew if you don't purge. If you don't get the old crap out of you, you cannot put new things inside of you, okay? I'm pretty sure you've heard that preached in church. You've heard it preached on by motivational speakers, teachers, whoever. They have all told us the same thing. If you want something new, you have to get rid of something old, okay? So take this time during eclipse to purge, and don't try to put nothing else in, okay? You may find yourself now feeling the same way about something. Mercury in Scorpio is bringing unsaid things to the surface. Mercury is in the mysterious sign of Scorpio, the sign of secrets. Aquarius, the sign of keeping secrets. The Scorpio, the sign of having secrets, making secrets, revealing secrets, okay? So some things might come up because Mercury is the planet of what? Mercury is the planet of communication. So there might be some new truth coming to the light. Things that may have started out as a hunch, you may find them to be true because intuition is strong right now. Tauruses have a strong intuition as an earth sign. Scorpio has strong intuition as a water sign. Taurus just kind of know what's going on in their environment with the people that's around them. Scorpio can kind of tap into energies, feelings, see things that we do not see, okay? It's the sign of mystery and, you know, deep things. So a lot of things that might be deep down, that might have been hidden for a while, they are coming to the surface. And it's not always going to be pretty, but this is what you need to do. Before you respond to any of that, the shocking news may surface. This is a very blunt and honest time. Are you friends with the Scorpio? I am. I have a few Scorpios in my life because I love Scorpios, because I just love honest people. Now, I'm going to sell you this. They will be honest with you, but they ain't always honest with themselves, Scorpios. But at this time, with Mercury being in Scorpio, this is a very blunt and honest time. So resist the urge to react under this placement of Mercury in Scorpio, because people around you don't know what's going on with them. A lot of people aren't even in touch with their emotions and their energy and the things that's going on around them. So they might just blurt something out. It might hurt your feelings. It might piss you off. But before you react, pause. And remember what I'm saying right here. It's only coming up so you can bring up something in you, okay? And let go of something in you. Because you got to remember, when people say certain things, I'm just not one of those people to be like, well, I didn't really mean to say that. Yes, you did, and it's okay. Yes, you did, and it's okay. That's how you felt at that time. You might not feel that way anymore now that you have said what you needed to say out loud, and you have let that train of thought carry you to, well, you know what, maybe I really don't feel like that. That's okay too, especially during this time with Taurus and Scorpio being in harmony right now. You might have that too, where you know what, I don't really feel like that no more, and I'm sorry for what I said. Maybe you might be the one who needs to apologize for something that you might say or you might have said. But I'm asking you, under this Mercury and Scorpio placement, if somebody says something out of pocket to you, just pause. Don't be afraid to put your hand up. Hold on. Let me stop before I respond in a way that is violent or angry, okay, whatever. Mean back, because I'm a same energy person. You start being petty towards me, baby, I'm going for the jugular, okay? You start being angry towards me, let me show you how to tear somebody's establishment up. You start being any type of negativity toward me, I can give that negativity back, and then I can change it over to positive to let you know how we both wrong, because I don't feel no type of way no more, okay? Because I just gave you back the same energy you gave me. I don't want to do that either. We just gonna pause before we respond, because it could turn into a productive conversation or it could turn into an argument. The choice is yours. But I'm just telling you, under Mercury and Scorpio, a lot of hidden things, a lot of hidden feelings are going to come up, and there may be some shifts in the feelings that you already have, where you might have felt one way 1 minute and you just don't feel like that no more, okay? So the moon that governs our emotions going through an eclipse makes us sensitive, and Mercury in Scorpio bringing up the unsaid to the surface can start some arguments. So it's a very draining activity, okay? But we're already being drained under the full moon because we are releasing, and the moon is pulling us to release all these things that we don't need. The eclipse is pulling on us so we can transform and to let things go permanently, okay? Full moon in Taurus is trying to pull us down and have us grounded, okay? Get us grounded in the foundation and get back to the basics. The purging energy of getting rid of things. We already drained. You don't have time to be arguing. Okay, so if something off the wall flies out of someone's mouth, what did I say do? Just pause. Okay, just pause. The universe is on her period right now. These placements can make people a little snappy because we're tired. We're already drained. And then we're tired of dealing with people. We're at the end of the year. It's holiday season. All type of things are going on to make people act crazy towards one another, okay? So I just need you to be the light in the room and just pause and deal with that later. Say whatever it is that needs to be said, because don't let anybody walk all over you, okay? Please still exercise your boundaries, but just do it in a healthy and adult way as possible. Some people just want conflict. A lot of people don't know how to deal with the things that are going on in their life, and they just want conflict. Okay? So, but our consciousness is extremely raised right now. So, you might be feeling some things going on around you, and you're probably right, okay? But, just pause. You don't have to act on everything. You don't have to react to everything, okay? So in regards to the full moon, let's take a moment. We're going to get, our next portion is going to be health and wellness, where I talk to you about some things that can help you further yourself in a healthy way, help you elevate and become whole during this time. So in regards to the full moon eclipse, let's take a minute to talk about some things that can help you during this time. Meditation, key. Meditation, extremely key. Grounding. I recommend for aromatherapy and things to do in the physical, because I don't want you doing any rituals under this full moon, okay? No rituals, no divination. Even the tarot cards. Tarot cards is divination, okay? It's divination, okay? All right, so under this eclipse, take a break from all of that, because we're stopping so we can start over, okay? But you need to bring a stop to just about everything you got going on, because some stuff is just on autopilot and you don't even realize that you don't even need to be doing it anymore. You're wasting your time, okay? So grounding soap from the Soul Shop 419, as well as focus oil together, is going to be my routine for, you know, this full moon and eclipse, so I can stay focused on what it is that I'm supposed to be focusing on, okay? You might need to disconnect. It might be time to log off. It might be time for you to just take a step back for sure and look at where you are with your relationships and the things that are going on in your life. When you think about Taurus, when you think about any earth sign, it's very career, money focused, okay? So you want to just take a step back and look at the things that are going on in your life. And back to that list of things that are all things Taurus: money, resources, agriculture, food, intimacy, sexuality, pleasure, comfort, and stability. All Taurus-like themes, things that you could be taking a step back and looking at under this eclipse, or what you need to do, what you need to let go, because once you let it go under an eclipse full moon, it's gone, okay? So I was trying so hard not to talk about this subject matter while I was talking about Taurus, because this right here is the epitome of what the edge of Aquarius and what a full moon and Taurus together look like. A cyber pandemic. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard this word in your life? Cyber pandemic. So, cyber pandemic. Have you ever heard of a cyber pandemic? Me neither. Have you ever heard of the World Economic Forum? A couple times in passing. But I'm going to talk to you about what the World Economic Forum is and what a cyber pandemic is, because I just feel like it's some information we need to know. And since I was talking about Age of Aquarius, and since we are talking about a full moon eclipse in Taurus, these are things that we need to talk about, because remember those things that I talked about that have to do with Taurus: agriculture, food, intimacy, resources, and those type of things. This is what a cyber pandemic is going to affect. So let me tell y'all how I heard about cyber pandemic. First of all, I was scrolling on Instagram, and I call it Insta scam. Instagram really is not my thing. Every time I get on there, somebody is trying to scam me, okay? So I normally get on Instagram when I get tired of looking at Facebook, you know, or TikTok. TikTok is my favorite app. And then Facebook, because I'm a local girl, you know what I'm saying? I love my people. And then Instagram next, just to scroll, see some pictures, get some information I might not have had before. So anyway, so the cyber pandemic, I just happened to see Miss Candace Owens as I was scrolling on Instagram, and she was talking about the World Economic Forum. So let me tell you what the World Economic Forum is first. So the World Economic Forum is an international global organization for public and private cooperation. So making sure that the public and private operations are all coinciding together. The governments, the financial corporations, things that control the world publicly and privately, are acting together as one. So the World Economic Forum, in so many words, predicted COVID-19 a year before COVID-19 broke out, which was crazy that it was called COVID-19, but it broke out in 2020, okay? So the World Economic Forum predicted this. So like Candace said, when they say something, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen up and I'm going to pay attention, because COVID-19 was crazy. Did it not change the whole world? So basically what a cyber pandemic is when the hackers, when the internet gets so bad that it's a pandemic. So there is going to be a pandemic of things being hacked into. They're already being hacked into. The World Economic Forum said that hacking is so bad, hackers are hacking into people's water system in towns, governments, accessing classified information, and all that end of world stuff that be going on in apocalypse movies, okay? We are living in an apocalypse movie simulation here, okay? God. So cyber pandemic is when the cybersecurity will be so low, it'll be so bad that they are going to have to shut down the whole internet and scrub it. Does that sound crazy? Yes, it sounds crazy, because how are they going to shut down the whole internet? Are you going to be able to function without internet? Are you going to be able to function without your technology? Are you going to be able to function without your phone? Questions you need to be asking yourself. So if they shut down the internet, in order to shut down the entire internet so they can regulate it and scrub it clean of hackers and all types of viruses, cyber pandemic is actually a real virus that is going to sweep globally, just like the coronavirus, okay? This one is just going to be for our phones and computers. This could mean shutting down the power grid, because how do we use our electronics? We have to charge them. Electricity and the internet is how all of these devices are powered. So they're going to have to shut down the whole power grid. Who knows for how long? So how long can you live without power? Have you ever asked yourself that? How long would you be able to live without power? Do you have any type of emergency things set in place, extra water, candles, whatever, generator, whatever you may need to live without actual power, because it's for our good, apparently, that they're going to shut down this power grid and scrub the internet? This is what the World Economic Forum is predicting. Just like they predicted the coronavirus, they are predicting a cyber virus so global that they're going to have to shut down the entire power grid. Now, when I'm not gonna lie, when the pandemic broke out for COVID-19, I was going to buy bullets, and we stocking up. It made me look at my spending habits a little different. It made me look at the small things that I have been denying myself of a little different. Because I still want you to live your life, but I want you to be aware of the things that are going on around you that they are trying to desensitize us to, with all of this unnecessary news, all of this garbage, all of these media circuses, rap music, all the things that they use to distract us from what we really need to be focusing on, what the full moon in Taurus is asking us to focus on, the groundwork. Getting back to the basics. So as a collective, we need to be getting back to those basics of what our ancestors were doing when they was growing their own food, living on farms, owning their own land. That's not just woke talk, okay? That's what we need to be in pursuit of. They are distracting us, okay? What are you going to do if the government decides to take away all of their subsidies that they give us? Food stamps, housing, transportation, utilities, gas high as heck. I want to cuss, but I said I'm not going to cuss on this show, but gas high as heck, okay? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Have you thought about that? If they decided just to shut down the entire power grid of the world, what are you going to do? Because I honestly feel like the cyber pandemic is real. You can feel it looming when you get on the internet. You can feel the negativity sucking the life out of you every time you log into the internet. So they say it's going to get so bad with hackers and crap all over the internet that they're going to have to shut it down and scrub it. And this is what we are predicting. Now remember, they predicted COVID-19 a year before it broke out. So take this as a warning that, it's time to start growing our own food, putting, buying extra candles, not just to do rituals, okay? But to have in case they decide to knock our lights out. Forget cutting the water off, okay? They're going to knock our lights out, okay? So, have you thought about what you're going to do if the world went dark? And we need to be focusing on cooperative communities. We have to start getting together and having these conversations with one another and bringing our collective resources to the table. Because I might just have something that you don't have. I might know how to do something you don't know how to do. It's people out here that know how to grow food, and I could probably do it, but I've never tried it, that I might need some help getting started. And it's okay to say that you need help in the area if you know that it is going to be for not only your good, but the good of the collective, because we are in a phase of mutual growth where we are supposed to be growing together, okay? So I just wanted to put that little bug in y'all ear. And speaking of rap music, as I threw it out there as one of the things that they try to distract us with, it has been a very toxic week for rap music, has it not? November 17th. Young Dolph was killed. So if you do not know who Young Dolph is, he is a rapper from Memphis. He is part of the trap rap ambassadors who ushered in this trap rap into the mainstream, okay? And he was killed in his own hometown. I just seen the video this morning of the shooter. And I just want to let y'all know, y'all look stupid as hell. Y'all look stupid. I can say hell on here, can't I? Yeah. Y'all look stupid as hell. Y'all look stupid as hell. I'm really tired of it, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. This whole drill culture, boo. Okay? Boo. That's all they talk about is killing. That's all they want to do is kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 and, you know, have sex with somebody else's girlfriend. That's all they want to do. Have sex with your baby mama. They'll kill her too. Apparently, they kill them in songs. They kill everybody in their songs. They're demons. They're on demon time. All of this stuff. Just all this negativity. They didn't let the GDs in the door. Nothing against, I'm neutral when it comes to gangs. I'm not a gang member. I don't really care for gang culture. But, you know, letting GDs in the door might have not been the best idea since they're constantly throwing up pitchforks. And I'm from the South Side, so don't say nothing to me. But I'm tired of this whole culture, okay? It's very toxic. It's very draining. It is killing the community just as bad as crack did. Crack ushered in all of this. These ain't nothing but crack babies, okay? So all of that comes with, I got a question for y'all. And don't try to fight me because I know how you girls like to tussle, okay? But do you feel like rap music is toxic and we need to scrub that? So while we're talking about scrubbing things from the internet, do you feel like we need to just take hip-hop music outside and whoop its ass and give it a bath and scrub it and send it back in the house to lay down and take a nap? I do sometimes, okay? And I'm a rapper. And I say toxic stuff in my rap sometimes, but I just don't rap about my, my private areas. I don't rap about taking people men. I might rap about shooting somebody because I will, okay? If I have to, for my own protection purposes, I will. Because if it comes down to me having to get home to my kids and you, it's going to be me leaving the situation. So, but in all of that, Young Dolph was killed this week in his own hometown. And, people screamed all the time, once you get big, leave your hometown. It's people jealous of you in your hometown. You don't even have nothing now. So imagine if you do get a little bit of something, the type of backlash that you're going to receive because of that. And then I have a lot of other people who keep up with rap music and stuff like that on the internet saying that, he's the third rapper to die from this record label in the last 3 years, all in the month of November. So, we just need to be aware of the things going on in the industry. When I was young, my pastor made us watch the truth about hip-hop, and I thought it was corny then. Man, am I seeing the seeds that was planted in there, just the music that he was talking about then, made it seem like, that's kind of corny, because it was more hidden then. But now they actually telling us that they on demon time, that they will pull up to your house and shoot your granny, okay? What is this? What world is this, okay? So I'm just telling you, it's been toxic. So let's talk about toxic. So the baby and Danny Lee, the live. I didn't even watch it, y'all. I just don't have the mental capacity for some stuff. So I just read up on it a little bit, went through a few comments, and this is what I gathered. So Danny Lee says that he got upset because she ordered a Plan B to be delivered to his house, that she's been staying there at his house in Charlotte, and she ordered a Plan B because her words was, he likes to come in her without responsibility. He's the baby. I wouldn't even want to date anybody who wants to associate themselves with being a baby, okay? But the baby says that she was being violent and toxic, and he asked her to leave, and then she got all upset, and then they both got on live, and all that drama. Toxic. So I got a question for y'all. Who do you think was wrong? Who do you think was wrong in the situation? You can drop it in my comments. You can email me, blkmdna@icloud.com. But I want to know who you feel was wrong. If you follow me on TikTok, Facebook, whatever, just send me a message and let me know who you think was wrong and why. And because later on, maybe probably around Christmas time, I'm going to talk about in depth about relationships, our relationships with one another, our relationship with my generation and the next, and my generation and the generation before me, where we lost it at with these relationships and making toxic stuff okay. So I really want to get into that. So y'all let me know who you think is wrong in that situation. Just look at it, forget the celebrity standpoint, but from a people's standpoint, if it's one of your friends, how would you feel? How would you tell your friend, whether male or female, to respond in the situation that they are in? Next, toxic. Yella Beezy facing rape and child endangerment charges. Now, he said that the rape and the child endangerment charges are not related. The child endangerment came from when they went to pick him up for the rape charges. A young lady claims that they met on Instagram. They were supposed to go kick it. They were waiting after they ate. They were waiting on the bowling reservation. She went back to his house. He took his shirt off, asked her for a massage, and then as she was massaging him, he forcibly raped her. That is her story. The baby mama says, without saying so many words, boom, that's your fault. I'm not backing you up. Basically saying like it's a possibility that he didn't. She called her a sex worker. I don't know. I wasn't there, and I don't take sides on things like that, because I know that there are women who are forcibly raped, especially by men who think they got it all together and they can just take what they want. And I do know that there are women who lie about being raped for clout, money, whatever the case may be. So we're just going to keep an eye on this whole Yellow Beezy story. But I gave all this information just to ask y'all again. And I want y'all to tell me, do you feel like rap music is toxic? Okay, toxic to the culture, our culture of melanated people. I don't care if it corrupts anybody else's culture. I'm talking about us right now. This is the Black UFO, okay? Do you feel like rap music is toxic and we need to do something about it? Is it based in unhealthy and toxic behaviors, and do we need to do something about it? Okay? So, that's not the only thing happening in music, but I just want to talk about that right now. I want to know if y'all feel like rap music is toxic. Next, let's talk about fashion trends for the winter. I love fashion. I just can't afford to be a shopaholic. I got too many kids that I have to dress as well. So I just try to put myself together here and there where I can. But I do love to follow fashion trends, okay? So fashion trends for the winter, we have flared pants. Flared pants making a comeback, the bell-bottom look, okay? Oversized puffer coats, okay? So when I seen Kanye come out with the Yeezy puffer, I didn't know how I really felt about it. I didn't know how I really felt about it. I like fashion, but I didn't know how I felt about it. Maybe because y'all see me, I am, a plus size queen, okay? So I'm not into wearing things that are oversized. I don't like my stuff super tight either, but I don't know. I just feel like I look like Missy Elliott in the video. I Can't Stand the Rain in one of them puffer coats. But oversized puffer coats are the thing for this winter. Matching leather. Now, this is something I could get behind. I like a little bit of leather, but I like a leather skirt. I ain't never wore leather pants. It just don't seem like I'll be comfortable. But a nice leather blazer and a nice leather skirt, I could get behind that trend, okay? For fashion, I got that from Harper's Bazaar. Matching leather skirt and blazer outfits are all in. Elbow length gloves. Ooh, that's another trend I can get behind, because sometimes I like to get bougie. I like to get fancy, okay? So elbow length gloves are a trend for this winter. And glitter tops. For all you ladies that like to get shiny, glitter tops are a thing for winter 2021. And we got the holidays coming up. Don't you just want to get all shiny and cute? Okay, I might give me a glitter top with some elbow length gloves and some flare pants, maybe an oversized puffer vest. I don't know if I want to do a whole coat, but I don't really like wearing coats. So those are the fashion trends that we have going on for winter 21. So send me some pictures. Send me some pictures in one of your winter fashion trends so we can put them on the show, so you can show off, okay, for the people. So, little recap. Time for the recap, because we're going to be wrapping this up, okay? So, recap. We have a full moon eclipse in Taurus, sun still in Scorpio, moving on to Sagittarius, and the theme is getting back to the basics, okay? We also talked about cyber pandemic and the World Economic Forum. Please look them up. Educate yourself. Get some books. Get a Kindle. I don't know. But educate yourself and get prepared. What do on the radio station here, because I am a firearm carrier, Towers Armory got commercial, and what does it say? It says it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Talking about that powwow, but that can be applied to plenty other areas in your life. Okay, you need to be prepared. Cyber pandemic, look it up. We also talked about rap music, and I asked y'all the question, do you feel like rap music is toxic? And we as a people, since it is our culture, need to scrub it down. And then we talked about fashion trends. So make sure that you send me your picture in the latest fashion trend that I have talked about. Oversized puffer, flare pants, matching leather, elbow gloves, and what was the last one? Glitter tops. Okay, so that concludes this first episode of the Black UFO. I hope you enjoyed moving through space and time with me, and I'll be back in 2 weeks because we're still going to keep the same schedule because I still want to talk to you about moon cycles. I feel like they are very important. Please remember, I am looking for a host. I am looking for people to highlight. I am looking for people to come tell me cool stories. I'm looking for people to come tell me heartwarming or heartbreaking stories if you want to share your story with others. I am looking for comedians to come do skits, come do their sets. I am looking for artists and all type of stuff. I just want to share my spaceship with you all. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And don't forget, it's Ratchet Astrology birthday. And if you want to celebrate with me, I will be at the Ottawa Tavern, downtown Toledo tonight for the Queen's card where I'll be rapping my booty off, okay? Not literally. For some reason, I can't seem to get rid of all of that. But I'll definitely be rapping my face off. Probably not that either because I don't want to be looking crazy. But I'll be rapping my something off. I'll be rapping my heart out. Okay, I'll be laying my heart out on the stage. I put my heart and my soul into anything creative that I do. And I just want to share it with y'all. And if y'all want to celebrate Ratchet Astrology turning one, that's where I'll be turning up. Because tomorrow, baby, I'm going to be in Detroit with Nas and Wale. Okay? Because we just out here doing what it does. And remember, full moon is not all about release and always grounded. It's also about celebrating the victories that you have accomplished from the new moon, okay? And maybe the not just the new moon from 2 weeks ago, but also the new moon from 6 months ago. What long-term goals have you manifested? Look at what I'm doing, okay? This is a long-term goal manifested under this wonderful full moon, okay? So I might have some issues uploading the video because it's an eclipse, so something might give me some problems along the way, but I did it. I made it, and you can make it too. So make sure that you pull up on me and see the spaceship in person. And thank you for tuning into the Black UFO, where we are popping our till the mothership come. Peace be with you. Long live and prosper. Love you all. Peace.